Marcus Aurelius covers many topics in his journal called the Meditations. His notes were never meant to be seen by others, and now they've been published in bookstores and online digitally, where anyone with even the slightest curiosity can see what he was thinking, and the steps he took when dealing with conflicts, both in his external environment and in his mind. To practice Stoicism means to endure pain and hardship without letting it get the better of us, and focusing on what we can control, rather than what we cannot. Disrespect can take many forms. It can be subtle or loud. It can be intentional or accidental, but it still happens all the same. So, what has Marcus Aurelius written in response to disrespect? And can advice written by someone literally as old as dirt even be applicable in modern times? Book 11, 18. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to recognize that people may exhibit negative behavior, including disrespect, but by anticipating such behavior, we can prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to respond with a level head. But to be honest, even though it is reasonable to assume that things may go awry, or people might behave in a way which catches you off guard, you should not look at your fellow humans as something to deal with. Maybe they've had a rough day before they met up with you. Or maybe they just woke up feeling different, as I'm sure you can relate to, because it just happens to everyone. Don't hold it against them just because they're human, but just don't let them bring you down as well. I think this is what should be anticipated in the morning instead. Not that people suck and I gotta deal with them now, but that mood is fickle and people might not be the same today as they were yesterday, but they're still just trying to deal with it, just like you are. Book 11, 19. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In this passage, Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of personal virtue and character. Rather than focusing on how others should behave or treating disrespect as a central concern, he encourages us to embody the qualities of a good person. As much as I would like to, and maybe you can relate, you can't control other people. You might be able to bring up their mood and make them happier on a bad day, but you can't choose what they will do or what they will think, and so we can't control others, but we can control ourselves. Albeit easier said than done, we can choose how we respond to stress, anger, and even lust, and we choose whether or not we indulge in these emotions, or stay true to what is important. And so I think an actionable step which directly complements the passage from Mr. Aurelius would be to focus on what you can control and what can still be done, and move on from what has already happened and that is already out of your control. Book 6, 30. The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. In this passage, Marcus Aurelius suggests that the best response to negative behavior from others is not to stoop to their level. Rather than seeking revenge or responding to them the same way that they treated you, he advocates for maintaining one's moral integrity. The most effective response to disrespect is to maintain one's own moral principles and not engage in retaliatory or disrespectful behavior. Because think back, in your life, has arguing more about something ever really given you a better outcome than if you just held your tongue and let them be angry? It's easy to indulge in anger, but I think sometimes people fail to realize that anger is actually something that requires delayed gratification. Because when you're angry at someone on the inside, it actually kind of feels good to let it build up inside you, and you let them know by screaming in their face. You get riled up, and when you get riled up, then you can't relax. And you also can't focus on work or whatever you were doing when your blood is still boiling. So being angry only actually stops you from getting where you actually wanted. Although, holding your tongue might not always be the best response either. Because if you're still screaming at them on the inside, then you're still not going to be able to relax. And you still probably won't be able to focus on work that requires your full attention. So, the best response, I think, is to not step on eggshells and let someone know if something they said or did angered you, but do so in a way that doesn't rile them up. And also don't indulge in the anger yourself. Look at the situation in pure objectivity, and don't let your emotions control what you say. If someone is screaming in your face about something, or disrespecting you somehow, just remember the passages. Understand that maybe this person has had a bad day. Maybe they're not normally like this. And if they are normally like this, the best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. To be like them. Waste no more time thinking about what a good man would do, and just do what a good man would do, and don't let them change who you are. That's everything for today. Talk to you later, bro.